We're Roy and Cheryle Reeves, and we're looking forward to sharing with you a little bit about our story today.
And next month, we will have been married 28 years.
Well, Cheryle and I have long believed that the goal of marriage is oneness.
But actually, oneness is something that's so difficult when you bring together two totally different individuals. Just first of all, as men and women, we're different. But Roy and I, our personalities are completely different. Constantly working towards oneness takes being willing to be changed. And I think that's been one of the most important things for us, is just the willingness to go, oh, I'm not always right here, or it can't be my way.
The thing that I've said for years is, do I want to be right, or do I want to be in a relationship? Am I just going to hang on to my right to be right, or my right to win out the argument or the discussion? Or what's more important, to hang on to that right or to be in a relationship?
We've grown tremendously by learning to kind of lay down the way we thought it should be, or what I wanted, or what I thought was my strength, and just to come together.
But there have been some times in our marriage where it just seemed like, are we going to be able to work through this issue? We were so different in our opinion and the way we looked at those situations and circumstances.
So, I found ultimately I had a choice. Would I hold on to my opinion, or would I just hold on to what I believed was right? Or was I going to be willing to really try to put myself in Roy's shoes and understand, what made him think that way, or what was driving that, or did I respect him enough to just honor his opinion over maybe what I believed? And ultimately, I really had a choice to make. Would I trust God, and would I entrust this situation? Because it was really, God's decision that man would be the head. And so it was really a situation that was between me and God, and me trusting God enough to go, okay, I'm really gonna trust you, and I'm gonna trust you to make this decision.
I'm called to love Cheryle as Christ loved the church, which is a huge, it sounds like an impossible standard, but that is the standard that the Bible lays for us as men. And so that really helps in those situations when you're disagreeing, is you just got to remember, what am I called to? What's Jesus calling me to as the man and as the leader of the relationship?
Roy really gave me place in our marriage and in this pursuit. He gave me a safe place to be changed. And I think for most people, and for a lot of couples, that's what's so hard, is because when it's exposed that you need to change, all of a sudden we're afraid and fear comes in. And yet when you can give one another that safe place to be changed, there's not any condemnation in it, just the recognition that, hey, we're both after the same thing, we're both after that oneness.
We agreed that we would never disagree in front of the children. We had a game plan that we would not sit there and either discuss that back and forth in front of the child, or even get into an argument, especially not get into an argument about that in front of the children. And we would go behind the closed door and we would discuss it out till we came to a decision which we could both embrace. And I can even remember a specific time when one of my children asked me something, and I was like, I got to get back to you on that. So a foundation of our marriage is a belief that the goal or the purpose of marriage is oneness, and it's a goal that we have intentionally pursued through the years. It hasn't been easy. I just want to be upfront about that. Just want you to remember that doesn't mean you got to be the same. That doesn't mean you got to agree on everything. Matter of fact, that's the part of taking these two people, their differences, and making them become as one in a marriage.
Yeah, I just want to say it's so worth it. It's worth it to pursue oneness. And there in that Genesis 2 passage where it says that the two shall become one, the very next passage it says that they were naked and there was no shame. And honestly, as we come together as one, that's really when we can truly become that person that doesn't have to cover up, that doesn't have to hide, that doesn't have to be strapped by shame, but we can become who God really intends for us to be.